Hi and welcome to day 43 of my 112-day long winter Grindset program. Today I believe I have 69 days left, which is kind of nice. Anyway, today was a very good, solid training day. I did an extra lift off camera, so I know that I'm the strongest I've ever been in my entire life. Again, I keep saying that, but every week that goes by, I just keep getting stronger, so it's true. From here on out, every single week that you guys will watch my workouts, I will be the strongest I've ever been so far in my entire life across the board. And that feels kind of fucking good. So that's very solid. I mean, just looking at the handstand push-ups, I'm doing 5 reps every single day. When I started this program, 5 was my absolute max. And the other day I did 7 reps. So life is good. I'm also doing 10 sternum pull-ups. In case you're wondering, I didn't add any reps to the handstand push-ups or the sternum pull-ups, but that was because when I created my program, I already knew that I need a rate of progress that is sustainable for a 4-month time frame in order to actually be able to achieve my goals and not fail this time. So what I wanted there was an interval of progression that is reasonably spaced apart and with reasonable jumps in level. So I want to go up a clean flight of stairs to where every step gets slightly easier the farther I go, so slightly shorter. Alternatively, I want to stay at the same rate of progression all the way through. And what I realized with the handstand push-ups and with the sternum pull-ups was that if I add a rep every other week, the rate of progression will be way more sustainable. Because even if I started with, say, 0 reps, if you do that over a 16 rep time frame, that's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, obviously don't start with 0, you start at 1, which leaves you with 16 reps by the end of the 16 weeks. And starting at 1, like those first probably 6 or 7 weeks, you're not going to make a lot of progress since 8's your max when you started, right? So what I'm thinking is I want to start close to my max to where it's kind of difficult but doable, and then I want to very slowly move and creep up from there. So it's simply just mathematics. That's why I'm adding a rep every other week. That's the point of that. However, on these pistol squats, I wanted not only to start a bit lighter and a bit easier at 5 reps, which is very manageable, I also wanted to go really far, which is 20 reps, like 20 pistol squats. For most people, I believe that's difficult, and a lot of people who do calisthenics literally weigh nothing. They have no legs, they have no back. Like if they're good at pistol squats, they're bad at something else. If they're good at pull-ups, they're bad at push-ups. If they're good at upper body, they're bad at lower body, and so on. I'm one of the rare people who are at least aspiring to be strong everywhere and to be heavy. Because my goal with doing calisthenics is to be a big, heavy person that can do very difficult bodyweight movements. I'm not interested in being extremely light, being able to do one finger, one arm chin up, although that would be really cool, but weighing like 58 kilos and at 6'1", like that's uninteresting to me. That's not something that makes me, that wouldn't make me feel a lot better about myself. Like that would be a cool thing to achieve once, but I don't want to stay in that like situation. I want to be big and I want to be strong, like most guys, and I believe that the heavier and the bigger I get, that will be free progressive overload essentially towards my calisthenics goals. So that's why I'm training my entire body with ferocity, so that when my legs get heavier, my upper body training gets harder. When my upper body training gets harder, I'm going to gain upper body mass, which makes my pistol squats more difficult. So it's all like a cycle that feeds into itself, and the goal is not only to get stronger on the reps, but also to move more body weight at the same time. Although that second part is not something I'm forcing at all. I'm not force feeding, I'm not bulking. My stomach's always really like big and bloated when I make these videos, but that's simply because I eat 2 times a day. I eat lunch and dinner. Don't care about breakfast, skip breakfast, at least for the time being with the job that I have. I don't really see an issue with it. I get my protein in, most likely. I don't track it, don't give a fuck. Get my calories in, obviously I would be losing weight. But I eat twice a day, as I just said. And since I have quite high calorie needs. I'm completely guessing. I'm going to say 3,000 plus. A lot of my meals are, absolute minimum, like 1,000 calories, and that's quite a lot of volume in your stomach. Now, sometimes I would eat like 2,000 plus calories in a meal, but that's less normal. That's more unusual to say. So in case you're wondering, no, I'm not using human growth hormone. I'm simply eating a lot of food. And if you don't believe me, well, simply go onto my Instagram, look at my latest post. It's from 2021, December, which was the last time I did, a 3-day fast, and my stomach literally started to not protrude, but actually go inwards. So my abdominal wall kind of caved inwards, since my stomach was basically non-existent. It was just an empty bag, empty pouch. And that's what happens when you fast. But since I'm eating a shitload of food and I'm uninterested in showing my flat stomach in the morning, because I'm only recording these workouts at night after eating, that's why I look the way I look. I've actually not had a single comment commenting on my large stomach, but I know you probably notice it, so that's why I made this long explanation. Other than that, I don't have a lot to say on today's workout, other than the fact that I did 11 minutes of jump rope today with only a single fail, which is great. So I'm making progress once again across the board. Now, this week I'm maintaining certain exercises, but guys, that's actually a really important part of this program. Because when you maintain, for example, the 5 handstand push-ups, I'm getting kind of more used to that, and I'm really building a baseline, because when you maintain a level of performance for a long period of time, for many days in a row, I'm doing 14 days in a row of the same amount of reps. That really builds resilience and a lower, I was going to say lower, I cut it off, I'm going to try this again, a higher baseline level. Basically, training every day, doing the exact same thing, maintaining a certain level raises that baseline, especially when you're doing your old max amount of reps every single day. Now, when you're slightly used to that level, you don't want to stay there for too long, because then you will plateau. But the idea is, just before you start to plateau, just before your body kind of gets used to it, which usually happens around the 2 to 3 week mark, depending on how often you train, maybe even earlier when you train every day, to be honest. The goal then is to hit it with another little bit of progressive overload, another increment, another something. Maybe you're doing the reps with extra speed, extra ferocity. Maybe you're doing the reps with different technique. Maybe you're adding reps, adding weights. And in my case, I'm using reps as a tool. So on these handstand push-ups, on these sternum pull-ups, I'm already at pretty much I'm beyond my old all-time record on the sternum pull-ups, and like by 2 reps, which is a significant margin. And I'm at my old all-time record on handstand push-ups. I'm going to maintain those levels for 1 more week to solidify that I am at least at those levels all the time. After that, I'll be adding a single rep more. Then I'll wait for that, then I'll keep there for 2 weeks and add another rep. And the goal there is to get to 10 handstand push-ups and 15 sternum pull-ups by the end of this 4-month, 16-week, aka 112-day training cycle. That is all I have to say on today. That was day 43. I'll see you guys tomorrow on day 44. Good luck to you guys. Goodbye.